gotta do stuff like that.
Oh, we're live.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome to episode number 16 of Keeping It Magical with
Jazzy
Melony and Kevin, or Kevin and Melony. And this is our 14th week of that day I was just sitting here minding my own business in my man cave. It was
Apparently I wasn't minding my own.
It was a different place than where I'm living right now, but and it's well, I'm not sure where all my floor space went, but
or wall space.
The wall space is
closet space.
The walls are filled up with spaces, and my head's been filled up with a lot of spaces, and she's taken a lot of places, including my closet and the other half of my bed and the other half of my heart and soul and all this other stuff too. So anyway, it's been a magical journey for 14 weeks, but we thought we'd kind of on this 14th week
take it back. Take it back.
Get back to where it all started from. So get back, Loretta. That morning I was just sitting here, and the night before I was kind of up, just had enough of the going on to bars and just that same old routine and stuff, and I was just kind of, God, why can't you just give me this woman? I know she's out here. I know she's in Winter Haven, Florida. You told me that a year ago. I know she's here in time. Come on, please. I'm ready.
I mean, technically I was,
so
but I wasn't.
ready. I'm so ready. So anyway, I'm just sitting here, and it's like 9:19 in the morning. Like 9:19 exactly in the morning. And I get this message from her.
Ding.
So ding ding.
Yeah. So meanwhile,
I'm not sure what she was thinking, but
I wasn't. That was the beauty of it. I guess I was just in a place where I didn't overthink things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting in Daytona and was just enjoying some time to myself, and suddenly I opened up my Facebook Messenger, and here was this person, like, who's this guy? Like, Kevin Killer?
Didn't
Kevin
even know
what?
how to pronounce my last name.
And then I was just sitting there, and I was watching the reflection of the water and the waves through the blinds and on the wall, and just listening and just relaxing, and I was like, I think I need to message him.
But to elaborate a little bit, we both use like guidance cards, spiritual guidance cards and stuff, and we both have played around with that stuff, and we enjoy the inspirational messages from these cards. So her message to me was, I feel like I got a message for you. Would you like a reading? And I started laughing. I can remember I started laughing real quick, and I'm like, I get offered these readings a lot,
I had no idea.
And I said,
not a clue. I didn't know if he was going to be like, she's crazy.
I can't afford to pay for a reading right now. Yeah, so that's okay, but thank you for the offer. And she goes, oh, no, this is something I'm just feeling inclined to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
which I had never done that before. I had never just messaged someone.
Well,
and said that.
I had never accepted a reading from somebody that I didn't know either. So, but something told me that morning. I grabbed my cup of coffee and I just kind of stepped outside, and I'm like, should I take this reading? You just had a night last night. You asked God for some guidance, and now you got some girl, some gal here going, hey, I got a message for you. And I'm like, maybe I should go ahead and let her do this. So I got back on and I said, you know what? I said, I really do want this reading. I said, but, I can't pay you for it. And she goes, oh, no, it's free. It's free. Mm-hmm. I just feel so, I go, well, give me about a half hour. I'm going to go down by the lake. I want to make this a real nice, quiet reading. I want her to be really focused.
And I said the same thing. I was
Right.
like, well, I need about 20 minutes because I
Right.
want to just make sure that I'm centered and I'm focused and I'm where I need to be so that I'm not.
Right. No
Because I
outside
want this to be
distractions.
completely authentic and just real.
Right. No outside distractions.
Right.
And so anyway, we both got ready, and I went down by the dock. And I guess we won't go through everything that happened in the reading, but I guess what happened throughout the reading was we started to form this immediate connection. It was like everything she was about ready to tell me, I would almost finish her sentence for her. And everything that I was getting ready to say, she would almost finish my sentences for me. And it was
We
like...
were doing this over FaceTime, right?
Yeah, over FaceTime video. And we're like... And I'm going to...
Which I never FaceTime.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Because, I the night before I'd been asking God, finally put this woman in my life. And when I got on FaceTime with you... my first glance was, oh my God.
I still had my pajamas.
I mean, she's in her pajamas, but all I saw
it
was
was a sweatshirt and like sweatpants.
all I seen was this
but-
beautiful, young, attractive woman. And I'm like, don't even look. That's not what this reading is about. Just listen to what she's got to say and take your reading and exit. You're going to go riding today.
And there were zero intentions. Like, there truly were
This
zero
had
intentions.
nothing to do with that. It
There
was
were
this, anyway. So, but as it went on, it just... I guess the only way I can say it was like we were in a completely different world. Yeah. Like we were the only people in this, wherever we were, in this other dimension of time and space. But our timelines just seem to be really, especially the last 3 years, coinciding. To work to this alignment.
There were so many
with our writings,
parallels and synchronicities,
and the writings and everything. But I mean, as we dug in deeper and went further back and everything else, it's really pretty much our whole lives have been kind of this parallel moment in time to where we were eventually gonna meet.
I say it's kind of like we're two gears and just kind of warming up and getting going, and it was just waiting for that moment when all of a sudden they just
meshed together. And a transmission just slowly sinks into the gears.
And it's then that's just how it's supposed to be.
But that's really how it happened. But we did that first day. We talked for 2 hours and 36 minutes in FaceTime. Then we talked another. I looked it up today. It was 2 hours and another 40 something minutes, and then another 3 hour and 33 minute conversation and texting in between that because our phones were dying, and it was pretty much an all day conversation. And I think by the end of the day, we're like, we got to meet. This is how we got to do this. We got to meet.
And it's kind of strange to explain how there were no expectations.
No, nothing.
There were zero expectations.
It was actually, I'd like to meet you and your daughter, and I would, but I guess this is the other.
It was just a knowing.
This is the other kicker too, because we had really literally talked about everything, and I was telling her about something that I was having a problem with that I was going to have surgery on. And when I started,
no.
When I started telling her about it, she's like, "Wait a minute. You're gonna have them cut on you for that? Hold on a second. So when we started talking, it was like, you need to come to. She goes, you need to come to Daytona. I know exactly what you're going through. I know exactly what you're going through. I got somebody you can see, and we can get this taken care of, and they won't have to cut on you. And I'm like. If this isn't a godsend, I'm not sure what is. I don't see
Like, you didn't even have to finish telling me the whole story about what was going
she
on.
Knew right away.
You started telling me, and I was like, oh, and let me guess, and you this, and you this, and that, and this.
But that's how our whole conversations were going. I mean, it'd be like she'd start talking. I'm like, yep, been there, done that. Well, I get it. We get it. But the whole conversation was like that, and I guess that was Sunday. Then we talked. She ghosted me until late Monday.
I thought it was. I think ghosted.
I thought it was over. I was like, it's just another Ghost Rider. And so anyway, we started.
I didn't know that was a trigger for him. I didn't know.
Anyway, I got over my trigger. We talked later on that Tuesday night, and then Wednesday I went to work. And I was out at the farm, and I took some pictures out of the farm, out at the ranch, and all that. And she's like, "You need to come to Daytona. We need to get this taken care of before they cut on you." Because I was scheduled for surgery the next week, and
which would have been the dumbest. I mean,
right.
My opinion. I'm not a doctor.
Well,
my
it cleared
personal
up.
opinion.
So,
that would have been the worst thing that you could have possibly done.
So fate had it, and Cami was sick, and she wanted Mommy to come back. The Winter Haven, pick her up and bring her back to Daytona with her. And I was like, go get her. And while you're at it, why don't you meet me at McDonald's? And, if it's okay with Cami, because it had to be okay with Cami, maybe I'll tag along and we'll go spend some time out on the beach and see how this happens, see how it works, and see if we can get along and, be more than just friends. Because we had already become this pretty much friends that could talk to each other about anything.
I can't remember one moment that there was an awkwardness.
No, or uncomfortableness, or
there was no nervousness.
Or I gotta watch what I say, or or tiptoe around it, or say, well, I better leave that part of my past out. It was just open, honest, the truest conversation I've probably ever had with anybody in my life, And so we did. We met and we had a blast on the beach. We got down there that night and kind of snacked in the room and sat out, and they were.
We did karaoke by the pool.
They were doing karaoke. They were singing on the side of the pool, and I'm just sitting there kind of watching. And
I can show you. Oh, sorry.
But we did have our first dance. Cami let Mom dance with me, and she even let me kiss her, and
on the cheek.
On the cheek. and then it was pushing us away. Yeah, get away. So we had supervision all the whole weekend, but it was just magical, and I still don't really know how to explain it. I try to. I've written a lot of poems, but
I don't even know that there is a way to explain it. The best way that I've come up with is everything just made sense.
It's perfect sense.
Everything made sense.
Perfect sense, and it really was a magical meeting.
And the funny thing about it was, from anybody else outside looking in, it probably made no sense whatsoever.
It was crazy.
These two have lost their minds.
I know. Her mom likes me, but even her mom was kind of like at first going,
"Oh, Melony, oh my God, my daughter is just never gonna learn."
But her mom was so accepting and so nice to me, and I'm like, I told her mom, I said, you got nothing to worry about. I love your daughter. I told her that the first time I met her. I said, I'm going to take care of her, and I'm going to take care of Cami. And I meant it. I was that passionate that I wanted this woman in my life. And, there was things that we had to learn about each other, even after you moved in. Things I didn't know were going to happen. We didn't know were going to happen. Some things hit us, and we're like, this isn't going to keep us down. We are a powerhouse together, and we know that. And just because we went through a little bump here and there in the beginning, miracles happen when you truly do believe in magic. When you truly do find the one that wants to build with you and wants to work with you towards your goals, you're unstoppable. I mean, we were pretty much unstoppable by ourselves. But when you get two people that have the same passion towards a life together,
Yeah.
it can just be amazing. Just literally amazing. And I love writing about you. I love telling the world
I
about
kind
what
of like writing about you too. I do it in a little more of a
but
not
I do.
so blunt, or not. No, can't say blunt. Blunt's not the right word. Maybe direct. I don't know. I don't.
Authentic.
Not such an. No, wrong word. Bad choice. Bad word choice.
I wanted to see a reaction to that one.
He's such a brat.
Anyway, she does. She's written some very nice stuff, and it's just I've been doing it for so long and so pathetic. Not pathetic. Prolific. That's the prolific. That's the word.
The other P word.
Again, the brain doesn't function sometimes, right? But sometimes I guess it can't be prolific. But I do. I write a lot. I love and write, and it is. It's my release. It's my freedom. It's my enjoyment. I crack myself up sometimes, and sometimes I shed some tears. But it's something I'm passionate about doing. I love doing.
And I've always been a writer.
And she's better than I am, but
just different.
It's it is. It's different styles, and it isn't a competition.
Not at all.
We cheer each other on, and we wish each other the best. And I think your poem today was just absolutely Hallmark quality, better than Hallmark quality. My dear, you are a very talented, skillful writer.
Wow.
And anybody that read that poem would probably agree with me. That was Hallmark quality, gold quality.
I always wanted to have a card line.
Hey, keeping it magical card company.
Who knows? Mr. Deeds had a card line.
Specialized greeting cards? Who knows? But see, that's the kind of how it is with us. We come up with these things and we're like, maybe that can be an idea. But it is, and it's fun, and we have created a brand name with Keeping It Magical, and it just so happens to be, Kevin and Melony, K&M.
Keeping Kevin.
Can you see how these things worked out? And not only that, but the key was that was one where I was just blown away by.
The key.
Before I ever even met her, and we came back from Daytona, and I was getting ready to show her my man cave and saying, you can move in here with Cami, but I had him a key made, and I handed her the key and I said, if you think you can make this a home, you're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to move in with me. You're welcome to this life with me. And she looked at it and it had her initials on it, MK, by her married name.
MK on
and
it.
We had already been talking about getting married anyway, so we pretty much did that the first day. And you can say all you want to get about not believing in love at first sight and all this but it happens all the time.
It does.
And how fast people build on that all depends.
That's a choice.
On the two people.
Yeah.
We were ready for each other. Thank God. Because I don't think I could have waited after I met her. I was like, you come here. Mine.
Kitty's like, no, mine first.
Yeah. That's what
she's mine first.
I go, mine. She goes, mine first. And then separates us. But I told her, I think we got her convinced that mom can share. And she lets mom share, so.
Finally.
But it has been, we thought we'd come on our 14th week anniversary and kind of talk about that first week and, how it led up to us being married in less than 4 weeks.
Yeah.
and spending our 10th and our
Well, we
10th
had
wedding.
both set a precedent for the fact that we were not living by anybody else's rules.
No, we're not going to live by anybody else's rules.
We both kind of had everyone prepared for, you never know what they're going to do.
We were done with other people's rules. They didn't work out for us too good. So we're creating our own rules, our own boundaries, our own...
No one tried to talk me out of it. Everybody was like, well, Melony's going to do what Melony's going to do.
And nobody knows, everybody knows better than trying to tell Kevin out of it. It's like goes in one ear, well, half the time I don't hear her anyway, so
true.
That's a mute point. but I am supposed to go see a hearing doctor.
Yeah. We are working.
So I'm not sure how that's going to go. But, and the last
probably
thing...
not very loud.
Yeah, probably be a nice, peaceful visit. But anyway, we are still kind of getting over the coronavirus. We're having that.
You said the word.
Oh, that I meant that thing. And there are the ups and downs and high-pitched fevers and the chills a little bit sometimes, and you just never know. The funny thing about it is you really just don't know what it's going to hit. You could have an aching muscle, you could have a headache, you could have chills, you could have fever, you could have...
It's not predictable.
It's just whatever it can attack, that's what it does. But again, it's not something that I think the normal person is going to kill them or damage them too bad. Now, if you got underlying conditions or something like that, I'm sure you got to take extra precautions. But for two relatively healthy people, it takes a little bit to get over, but we'll get over it, or without taking all the unnecessary stuff. But we love you guys, and we just wanted to come on and kind of go over how this happened.
How he was minding his own business.
Minding my own business 14 weeks ago, and
I'm glad I wasn't minding my own business.
I'm glad she wasn't either. But something really did that morning when I got that message. I really did feel like this is God answering my prayers. I
didn't know what he'd been praying.
I guess one thing I will add to this, because people have said something about it. There's 14 years difference between us. And believe me, it's something I thought about a whole lot about. And I'm sure you have too. But when you meet someone and you have this kind of connection,
you don't question, like, there's nothing to question.
I'm not sure.
It would take a lot more than 14 years.
Put it this way.
Make me change my mind.
If I would have said, hon, I'm sorry, you're too young. You got this 7-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. I would have spent the next 70 years of my life in Karma City paying my dues for not paying attention to what God had just put in front of my feet. Mm-hmm. So I said, I better step up and be a man and take this woman and say, mine. She made chicken and dumplings tonight. You know what I told her? Try leaving me. I said, I'll be playing caveman, dragging your ass back. So, over the shoulder. Whoop, nope, you're coming back with me.
Cami was like, you have big shoulders.
Yes, I would. I would drag her right on back, and I don't think I ever have to do that. But she makes some good chicken and dumplings, baby.
I'm glad you think so.
But that's kind of like chicken noodle soup. It's good for you when you're sick. Mm-hmm. But anyway, from our house to yours, happy anniversary again. I like those Saturday and Sunday anniversaries. But we plan on keeping it magical. And we hope you keep on enjoying it. And again, anything on our page is shareable. Please join us on our YouTube channel and subscribe to that. That'll help us out, grabbing some followers and all that. And, the views there really are important because we can, without you guys having to spend a dime, we can end up, if we get enough followers, making a little bit of money off of YouTube. And that would be awesome. With that, and everybody can still follow our story for free by just subscribing to our channel. So, we're venturing out. We're
We had all kinds of stuff in the works.
Creating our life together and building, I think, a solid foundation for a long-lasting love affair that I can't wait to tell people about.
We already are. Can't
And again, I'm utterly amazed. Here lately, I posted some stuff about our relationship, and the likes and comments and the overall well wishes for our happiness is heartwarming, to say the least. For that many people to wish us well from all over the world is just an amazing feeling, and part of the reason we are doing what we're doing. Please
that's
keep
what
on.
We
We
have,
got
that's
people
the way
saying,
we feel
please,
for everyone else.
please keep telling us your story,
Yeah.
and we plan on doing just that. We love you guys. Happy Sunday, and have a great next week.